Hello, everybody. It's Becky Longacre with Health Transformers, and I'm coming to you from my office today. I'm working from home. And this live chat is all about establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries. The reason why I'm inspired to do this live chat is because it's near and dear to my heart. So I help some of my clients have issues with establishing boundaries. They have issues, they have difficulty with saying exactly what they want, think, need, feel, believe. And it comes from a place usually of they don't want to be rejected. They don't want to be rejected from their family or from their coworkers or from their community. And what ends up happening is these people are rejected because they're not clear about what they want, think, need, and feel. And so one of the things that I do is as a coach is I help people establish and maintain healthy boundaries. And it's difficult for them. It's difficult for them sometimes because sometimes they are part of systems, social groups, family groups, work groups, community groups, church groups. Sometimes they're part of systems that don't, they want the person to act in a certain way rather than having the person be independent with what they want and maybe coming outside of this box. So what you find out when you establish boundaries is you find out who your people are. So when you can freely express yourself, you don't feel like you need to be like in this really like two-dimensional box in order to please people. When you truly express yourself, you will find out if people are going to respect the boundary or if they're going to like put you back in the from your life because you're not who they want you to be. So many people they might hang out with you because they understand like one detail of your life or two details of your life, and they don't really see you as a whole person. So for example, this is an example of an employer. An employer might see you as the worker, and it doesn't matter what's going on with your family. It doesn't matter what's going on with maybe your home and things like that. They just see you as a worker, and you need to come to work. And so that's not a good employer, by the way. So a good employer is going to see you more as a whole person, and is going to be able to see that sometimes you need to do other things to keep yourself healthy and things like that. And ultimately, that's going to make you more productive. So a good employer is going to know that. So what are signs that you have bad boundaries? So one sign that you have bad boundaries is you are silent. People ask you what you think, and you are silent about it. People ask you what you feel, and you're silent. What do you believe? What do you want? And you defer to other people. The flip side of that, so that's like the codependent side of that. The flip side of that is perhaps a narcissist. So a narcissist is going to believe that everyone else is an extension of themselves. So what they think, need, feel, want is going to be the only thing that matters. And so they are going to push what they want onto everybody else. And they're going to have they're going to punish people that don't give them what they want. So that's the codependent and the narcissist relationship. This is near and dear to my heart because I did come from an abusive household growing up, and it took me for a long time to realize, first of all, that I did have codependent tendencies, and it took me a while to overcome the codependency and start to have really clear boundaries. Other side though, and you do have clear boundaries, it is so freeing. It is incredibly freeing to have healthy boundaries because you're not carrying everyone's happiness all the time. It is so freeing. So signs of bad boundaries are you don't have an opinion. about anything. You just defer to everyone else because you don't want to be yelled at, because that's your family group. Perhaps when you grew up, you said something that was not in line with the dogma or the opinions of the family, so you were yelled at. Maybe you were even physically hurt. Bad boundaries are you can't express yourself. And really, people that are really mired in codependence too are someone that they don't even know what their opinions are. They don't even know. So they are so dependent on other people to tell them who they are, what they feel. They don't even know what their opinions are. I have some people in my life that I'm thinking about as I say this. So what are good boundaries? Good boundaries are I am just going to be able to say what it is I think, feel, need, want, believe. I can say it, and I can also understand that you might have a difference of opinion. I can still say it. We might disagree, and that's okay, but I'm still going to say it because I'm not afraid of expressing myself. That's a sign of healthy boundaries. If you are talking with someone and you're putting your boundaries forward and they get angry, that is a red flag. If you are saying what you need, think, feel, want, let's say someone is ranting. Let's say we're talking about, like, someone's talking about politics. Let's say you disagree. They're ranting and raving. You say, we're just going to disagree. They continue to rant and rave. You say, we're just going to disagree. You give them a chance to stop it. They continue to rant and rave. You say, I'm just going to leave this conversation. And if they get angry, if they get inflamed by, remove yourself from the situation. That is not a healthy person to be around. So I myself, I have had to practice this. So I've had to put some distance between myself and some people in my life because of this, because of you can have conflict. It's okay to have arguments. It's okay to have healthy discussion. But if someone starts to basically diagnose you as having a problem just because you disagree with them, that's not a healthy person. That's someone that you need to step back from. So who you surround yourself with is really, really important. I really can't overstate how important that is, especially if you're a sensitive person. You want to surround yourself with someone or with groups of people that are healthy, that there's a mutual exchange. Everyone has a voice. They're healthy. You really want to seek out who your community is. So I do help clients with overcoming codependence. It's something that I take a lot of passion with. I have a lot of, it comes from my heart. It comes from my experience. I have clinical experience as a nurse, also advanced training, but my personal experience with overcoming codependency, that's how I help clients, is I help them identify what it is that they want, who it is that they are, so that they can listen to their own self instead of depending on other people to tell them who they are. I help them listen to themselves, and then I help them establish boundaries. And then I support them through the process of, sometimes when you start to do this with people, people get mad, and some people do leave your life. But it's not a bad thing, because when the negative, unhealthy people leave your life, that opens up space for you to attach yourself to healthy people. So I have included my website to learn more about how I coach people. I've included my Facebook page as well on how I can help you overcome, codependence and setting clearer boundaries. And I welcome you to subscribe to this channel. Thanks. Take care.